Have you ever wondered how a simple app can change an entire city? Welcome to the world of travel disruptors like Airbnb. In just over a decade, Airbnb has grown from a small startup to a giant in the travel industry. Today, it has over 6 million listings worldwide, making it one of the largest accommodation platforms out there. Shocking, right? But the impact of Airbnb goes beyond just providing a place to stay. According to the National Bureau of Economic Research, short-term rentals can increase local rents by up to 20%. Many people don't realize that this shift affects housing markets in major cities like New York, San Francisco, and London. In this video, we'll dive deep into how travel disruptors are reshaping local housing markets. We'll explore the rise of staycations, the competition between hotels and home sharing, and the cultural connections that emerge when travelers stay in local neighborhoods. You'll learn about the exciting solutions cities are implementing to adapt, as well as the challenges they face along the way. Are you ready to discover how Airbnb and its competitors are changing the way we travel and live? Let's jump in. Chapter 1. The Rise of the Staycation. Local travelers embrace home away from home in recent years. The idea of a staycation has gained popularity, especially during and after the pandemic. According to a report by Airbnb, bookings for local stays surged by 50% in 2021 compared to previous years. This trend shows how people are rediscovering their own cities while enjoying the comfort of home-like accommodations. Staycations offer a unique blend of convenience and adventure. Travelers can explore local attractions without the hassle of long trips. Imagine visiting a nearby town and staying in a cozy Airbnb instead of a generic hotel. This experience allows for a more personal touch and a chance to connect with the community. Interestingly, local hosts often recommend hidden gems that tourists might miss. A survey from Airbnb revealed that 83% of guests feel more connected to the local culture when staying in a home. This connection helps local businesses thrive, as travelers spend money on dining, shopping, and activities in the area. Moreover, staycations have a positive impact on the environment. By choosing to travel locally, guests reduce their carbon footprint. A study by the Global Sustainable Tourism Council found that local travel can decrease emissions by up to 40%. This fact appeals to eco-conscious travelers looking to make responsible choices. To take advantage of this trend, hosts are becoming more strategic. They create tailored experiences that showcase their city's charm. For instance, offering guided tours or local food tastings can attract more guests. Many hosts are also focusing on creating unique spaces that reflect local culture and history. Chapter 2. Home or Hotel. The battle for the heart of hospitality. The competition between Airbnb and traditional hotels is heating up. Travelers today are seeking personalized experiences, and that's where home sharing platforms shine. A study from Focusrite found that 57% of travelers prefer staying in a home for its unique character. Airbnb hosts often go the extra mile to make their guests feel at home. This includes providing local snacks, personalized welcome notes, or tips on the best places to visit. According to a report by Booking.com, 71% of travelers want to feel like a local when they travel. This is where Airbnb really wins the game. In contrast, hotels are starting to recognize the need for innovation. Some are incorporating elements of home sharing into their offerings. For example, boutique hotels now emphasize local decor and personalized services to attract travelers. This shift is a response to changing customer preferences. Interestingly, hotel loyalty programs are also evolving. Traditional hotels are beginning to offer more flexible booking options and unique experiences. A report from Deloitte states that 54% of hotel guests are influenced by the availability of unique experiences when booking a stay. Another fascinating fact is that travelers are increasingly looking for longer stays. Research from Airbnb indicates that bookings for stays of 28 days or more increased by 70% in 2021. This shift reflects the growing trend of remote work, as more people can travel without the constraints of a traditional office. Chapter 3. Local Living. How Airbnb connects travelers with communities. Airbnb is not just a platform for booking accommodations, it's a bridge connecting travelers to local communities. When guests choose to stay in a neighborhood, they often engage more deeply with the area. According to a survey by the U.S. Travel Association, 60% of travelers reported that they wanted to learn about local culture during their trips. This engagement is beneficial for local economies. A study by Oxford Economics revealed that Airbnb guests spent an average of $200 per trip on local businesses. This spending helps support small shops, restaurants, and services that may struggle with the competition from larger chains. Moreover, many Airbnb hosts go beyond providing a place to stay. They often act as local ambassadors, sharing insights about the best spots to eat, shop, and explore. This personal touch creates a memorable experience that guests are likely to share with others, further promoting local attractions. The ripple effect of this engagement can be significant. As travelers frequent local businesses, they contribute to job creation in the community. The National Bureau of Economic Research found that cities with a thriving Airbnb market often see a boost in employment rates in the service sector. In addition, the cultural exchange that occurs through Airbnb stays fosters a sense of global community. Travelers gain first-hand knowledge of different cultures, while hosts get to share their traditions and stories. A quote from Airbnb co-founder Brian Chesky sums this up well. "Travel is about connecting with people, not just places." As the popularity of home-sharing platforms continues to grow, cities are beginning to recognize the importance of integrating these experiences into their tourism strategies. Local governments are working on initiatives to promote responsible tourism that benefits both visitors and residents. If you're finding this content helpful, make sure to subscribe for more insights on travel trends and their impact on local communities. Chapter 4. Gentrification or Revitalization. The double-edged sword of short-term rentals. As short-term rentals gain popularity, they raise important questions about their impact on local housing markets. Many communities grapple with whether Airbnb is a force for good or a contributor to gentrification. According to a report by the National Community Reinvestment Coalition, neighborhoods with a high concentration of short-term rentals often see rising rents and property values. In some cases, property owners choose to convert long-term rentals into short-term ones, reducing the availability of affordable housing. A study from the New York City Department of Housing Preservation and Development found that as Airbnb listings increased, the rental market became more competitive, pushing many families out of their homes. But it's not all bad news. Short-term rentals can also revitalize struggling neighborhoods. For example, in cities like Detroit, Airbnb has helped attract visitors to once neglected areas. This influx of tourists can lead to increased investment in local businesses, parks, and infrastructure, creating a positive feedback loop. Interestingly, a report by the Economic Policy Institute suggests that as neighborhoods improve, local businesses thrive. In places like Portland, Oregon, Airbnb hosts reported higher earnings, which in turn helped them invest more in their properties and communities. This dynamic illustrates the potential for positive change. To combat the negative impacts, many cities are starting to regulate short-term rentals. Some have implemented strict zoning laws, requiring hosts to register their properties. For instance, San Francisco has a registration system that limits the number of nights a home can be rented to protect long-term housing availability. Local governments are also exploring tax strategies to balance the scales. In 2019, the city of Chicago introduced a tax on Airbnb rentals, directing the funds to affordable housing projects. This kind of initiative can help ensure that the benefits of tourism are shared with the entire community. A quote from the American Planning Association emphasizes the need for balance. The goal is to find a way to enjoy the benefits of short-term rentals without losing the fabric of our neighborhoods. This perspective highlights the importance of community input in shaping regulations. Chapter 5. Innovative Solutions. Cities respond to the disruption. Cities across the globe are recognizing the need to adapt to the rise of travel disruptors like Airbnb. Many local governments are seeking innovative solutions to harness the benefits of short-term rentals while mitigating their negative effects. A recent report from the World Economic Forum found that proactive regulations can lead to a healthier tourism environment. One of the key strategies cities are employing is collaborative regulation. Cities like Barcelona and Amsterdam have formed task forces to engage with stakeholders, including hosts, neighborhood groups, and businesses. This approach ensures that all voices are heard when shaping policies. Moreover, some cities are leveraging technology to monitor short-term rentals effectively. For example, Los Angeles has developed software that tracks online listings and ensures compliance with local laws. This tech-driven solution helps cities keep a pulse on the rental market without overwhelming resources. Cities are also promoting responsible hosting practices. Organizations like Airbnb have introduced host education programs, offering resources to help hosts understand their responsibilities. A study by the University of Massachusetts found that informed hosts are more likely to comply with local regulations. Additionally, local governments are focusing on community benefits. For instance, New Orleans has implemented programs that direct a portion of the tax revenue from short-term rentals to fund community projects. This investment can help improve local infrastructure and support social programs. Interestingly, some cities have embraced a more hands-on approach. In Nashville, for example, city officials have partnered with Airbnb to create a host advisory council. This group helps ensure that host perspectives are considered in policy discussions, fostering a sense of community. As cities respond to the challenge of short-term rentals, they are also looking at creative zoning solutions. For instance, some areas designate certain neighborhoods as shared housing districts, where short-term rentals are allowed. This method helps contain the impact of rentals while still promoting tourism. A quote from urban planner Richard Florida resonates here: "Cities that adapt to change thrive, while those that resist risk falling behind." This insight serves as a guiding principle for cities navigating the evolving landscape of travel. If you enjoyed this content and want to stay updated on travel trends, be sure to subscribe for more insights and stories.